Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crow Bites. Today let's make a tasty seafood curry, Goan Prawns Curry. This spicy, tangy curry from Goa can be prepared using prawns or any other fish. The main highlight of this curry is the freshly ground masala with coconut and a variety of spices. Both freshly grated coconut and coconut milk are used, which adds a slight sweet touch to this curry and can be easily prepared in under 30 minutes. For those seafood lovers out there, enjoy this curry with a bowl of steamed rice and you'll have a truly satisfying meal. So let's get started. So our first step is to marinate the prawns. So for this you need 500 grams of prawns cleaned and deveined, turmeric powder, quarter teaspoon, black pepper powder, half teaspoon, freshly squeezed lemon juice, about 2 to 3 teaspoons, and salt, half teaspoon. So now to the prawns, which has been cleaned and deveined, 500 grams. Add the turmeric powder, black pepper powder, lemon juice, and salt, and mix it well so that the prawns are well coated in the spice mix. And now set this aside to marinate for about 10 minutes. That's all you need. Now let's move on to the next step of preparing the ground masala, and for this you need coriander seeds 1.5 tablespoons, cumin seeds half tablespoon, black peppercorns 1 teaspoon, 8 to 9 small cloves of garlic. Also you need Kashmiri dry chilies 4 to 5, but if you do not have dry chilies you can substitute with Kashmiri chili powder 2 to 2.5 tablespoons. Since I didn't have Kashmiri dry red chilies, I'll be using Kashmiri chili powder, but if possible try to use Kashmiri dry red chilies. Tamarind pulp with the seeds removed half tablespoon, or you can use kokum 2 pieces, and fresh coconut grated 1 cup. So now heat a pan and keep a very low flame. Here I'm using a cast iron pan, and to this add coriander seeds 1.5 tablespoons, followed by cumin seeds half tablespoon, black peppercorns 1 teaspoon. Also, if you're using Kashmiri dry red chilies, you have to add that as well. Since I'm using Kashmiri chili powder, I'm not adding to the pan. And dry roast the spices in a very low flame so that the spices turn fragrant and lightly roasted. So just for a minute or so. Now switch off the flame and remove the pan from heat. Once cooled slightly, add the spices to a mixer along with 8 to 9 cloves of garlic, fresh coconut grated 1 cup. Since I have not used Kashmiri red chilies, I'm adding Kashmiri red chili powder 2 to 2.5 tablespoons. Also adding in half tablespoon of tamarind pulp. Make sure the seeds are removed. You can also add tamarind paste instead. Now add about half cup of water and grind this to a smooth paste. So this is ground masala. Now keep this aside. Now let's move on to the main cooking part, and for this you need 1 large onion finely chopped, a small tomato chopped, 2 to 3 green chilies slit or chopped, turmeric powder half teaspoon, the ground coconut masala which we had prepared and kept aside, thick coconut milk about 1.5 cups, salt to taste. We'll be using coconut oil for cooking, but if you want you can use any other vegetable oil. Also some fresh coriander leaves for garnishing. Now heat a large pan and keep a low to medium flame, and to this add coconut oil about 1 tablespoon. You can also use any other vegetable oil. And now to this let's add 1 large onion finely chopped, and saute the onions until soft and translucent. We do not want to brown the onions here. So just saute so that the onions are cooked well. That's all you need. So the onions are soft, as you can see. Now to this add one small tomato, roughly chopped, and saute well along with the onions so that the tomatoes are cooked well and soft and mushy. So it might take about 1 to 2 minutes. Try to use very ripe and red tomatoes. If you want, you can keep it covered for a minute so that it can speed up the process. So now the tomatoes are also cooked well. Now let's add turmeric powder, half teaspoon. Also adding in salt to taste and saute well in a low to medium flame. And now let's add the ground coconut masala which we had prepared earlier and saute the paste well so that the raw taste of the masala is gone. Do not keep a high flame, just maintain a low to medium flame and keep stirring continuously. It might take 1 to 2 minutes. The color of the masala will darken a bit once it's cooked well. So now our masala is cooked well, as you can see. Now to this I'm going to add 1 cup of thick coconut milk. Give it a good mix. Also adding in about half cup of water just to adjust the consistency because the gravy is a bit thick now. So add water according to the consistency you want, but do not add too much water. So in this case I've added half cup of water as well along with 1 cup of coconut milk and mix well. And now let's bring the mixture to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, add the marinated prawns to the pan. Also adding in 2 to 3 green chilies, slit depending on your spice level, and mix well. And now we're going to keep this covered and cook in a low to medium flame. Do remember to stir in between. So it might take around 5 to 6 minutes for the prawns to get cooked completely. Do not overcook the prawns because then they might turn rubbery, which we do not want. So roughly around 5 to 6 minutes should be fine. So the prawns are almost cooked now. And the gravy is also of the right consistency. I'm just giving a good stir. And now I'm reducing the flame to low and let it simmer in a low flame for about 2 to 3 minutes. So our prawns curry is now almost ready. The prawns is also cooked well and the gravy, as you can see, it's of a medium consistency and it will thicken a bit once it's cooled because of the coconut paste in it. At this stage, check the seasoning and add salt if required and give a good mix. And finally, let's add about 1/4 cup of thick coconut milk as well, just to finish it off. You can add up to 1/4 to 1/2 cup, just depending on the consistency, adjust it. And once you add the final coconut milk, do not bring the mixture to a boil, just until the coconut milk is heated through. Just give a good mix and immediately switch off the flame. And garnish with some freshly chopped coriander leaves. And our Goan prawns curry is now ready to serve. Now remove the pan from heat. It's got a very nice aroma from the freshly ground masala and a beautiful orange red color from the Kashmiri chilies. So I'm just transferring this to a serving bowl, and this curry goes well with steamed basmati rice. That's a perfect combination for this curry. But you can always have this with roti, parathas, appam, or any other bread of your choice. Also, instead of prawns, you can use any other fish for preparing this tasty Goan curry. It's spicy and tangy with a touch of sweetness from the fresh coconut and coconut milk, and has a perfect blend of spices. So please give it a try. You will definitely love this curry. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe, like and share. New videos are uploaded every Tuesday and Friday. Until then, goodbye.